Yo, what's up everybody, Erica here. And let's be real, when you think of Dubai, you think luxury, right? Skyscrapers kissing the clouds, fancy cars, gold-plated everything. It's a playground for the rich and famous. And maybe, just maybe, someday it'll be your playground too. But hold on, because before you book that first-class ticket and pack your bags, there's something you need to know. Dubai, for all its glitz and glam, has a dark underbelly. A seedy secret lurking beneath the surface of luxury. We're talking scams, people. Sneaky, sophisticated, and designed to steal your hard-earned money. From online honey traps to nightclub nightmares, we're about to expose the most common scams targeting tourists in Dubai. Stay tuned, because this information could literally save you thousands of dollars and a whole lot of heartache. Alright, let's kick things off with a scam that's sadly become all too common in the age of social media and online dating romance scams. Now, you might think you're too smart to fall for this, but trust me, these scammers are pros at what they do. They know how to play on your emotions, especially that desire for connection and maybe a little bit of adventure. Think about it. Dubai's image screams wealth and luxury, right? So these scammers, they create these fake profiles, posing as wealthy businessmen, entrepreneurs, maybe even royalty in some cases. They'll use stolen photos, their bios read like something out of a Forbes magazine, and they'll start showering you with attention and compliments. Before you know it, you're thinking, wow, this person is amazing, they're perfect. But here's the catch. It's all a carefully constructed facade. They're reeling you in, building trust, and setting you up for the ultimate con. One of the most common tactics they use is the oil rig worker story. They'll claim to be working on an oil rig somewhere off the coast of Dubai, cut off from the world, and suddenly, bam, they have an emergency. Maybe it's a medical issue, a problem with their equipment, or some urgent family situation. Whatever the story, they need money, and fast. They'll tug at your heartstrings, tell you how much you mean to them, and promise to pay you back every penny as soon as they're back on land. But of course, that day never comes. And it's not just dating apps where these scammers lurk. They're active on social media platforms too, sliding into DMs, commenting on posts, looking for any opportunity to strike up a conversation and start building that fake connection. A while back, I saw this story on Reddit about a guy who got scammed by someone claiming to be an oil rig worker in Dubai. He was heartbroken and completely broke. These scammers are ruthless, and they don't care who they hurt, so you need to be extra careful. Remember, if someone you meet online starts asking you for money, especially if you haven't even met them in person, that's a huge red flag. Don't fall for it. Alright, let's move on to another scam that's sadly become synonymous with Dubai, the infamous nightclub scam. Now, Dubai's nightlife is legendary, right? Clubs pumping with the latest beats, people dressed to the nines, champagne flowing like water. It's tempting to want to experience it all, but here's the thing. You gotta be careful out there. Some clubs, especially those catering to tourists, have earned a reputation for using some pretty shady tactics to squeeze every last dirham out of your wallet. And trust me, they're not above resorting to outright scams to do it. One of the most common scams involves these ridiculously inflated bills. You're having a good time, maybe you've had a few drinks, your guard is down, and suddenly, bam! You're hit with a bill that's twice, maybe even 3 times what you were expecting. Now, you might think it's an honest mistake, but these clubs bank on you being too embarrassed or intimidated to challenge it, especially when you're surrounded by their security guards. And if you do try to argue, they'll claim you ordered more drinks than you did, or they'll slap on hidden charges that weren't disclosed up front. Another scam involves these fake friends you might meet at the club. They're usually attractive women who target male tourists, and they'll be super friendly, buying you drinks, making you feel like $1,000,000. But here's the catch. They're working with the club. They'll encourage you to order more drinks, maybe even some expensive champagne. And then, when the bill arrives, they'll conveniently disappear, leaving you holding the bag. And trust me, these bills can be astronomical. We're talking thousands of dollars in some cases. There was this one story on TripAdvisor that really stuck with me. This group of tourists got scammed at a club in Dubai. Their bill was outrageous, and when they tried to complain, the club staff threatened to call the police. They ended up paying a fortune just to avoid any trouble. It's terrifying, right? So, how do you avoid becoming a victim? Stick to reputable clubs, those recommended by your hotel or other trusted sources. Always check the menu prices before you order anything, and be wary of anyone who seems a little too friendly, especially if they're encouraging you to spend big. Okay guys, buckle up because this next scam is next level devious. We're talking about pig butchering, and it's way more sinister than the name suggests. This isn't your typical street corner hustle. This is organized crime, and unfortunately, Dubai has become a hub for these scammers. Here's how it works. The scammers, often operating in organized rings, create fake profiles on dating apps, social media, even professional networking sites like LinkedIn. They're not just looking for love or a quick hookup. They're playing the long game. They'll spend weeks, even months, building a relationship with you. They'll chat with you, learn about your interests, your dreams, your vulnerabilities. They're building trust, just like in those romance scams. But this time, it's not about a sob story and a quick buck. They're fattening you up, like a pig being prepped for slaughter. Hence, the name pig butchering. Once they've gained your trust, they'll casually introduce the idea of an investment opportunity. Maybe they'll brag about how much money they're making in crypto, forex trading, or some obscure investment scheme. They'll offer to share their secrets with you, even encourage you to invest alongside them. They might even show you fake screenshots of their profits to further entice you. They'll often direct you to a website or app that looks incredibly professional, even legitimate. You might even be able to make some small profits initially, but it's all part of the con. They're reeling you in, making you think you've stumbled onto a gold mine. But in reality, you've been funneled into a sophisticated fake investment platform controlled entirely by them. Once they've squeezed you dry, drained your bank accounts, maxed out your credit cards, they vanish. The website disappears, your investment evaporates, and your trusted friend who promised you riches, gone without a trace. And here's the truly terrifying part. These scams are incredibly difficult to trace. The money is often laundered through shell companies and cryptocurrency exchanges, making it nearly impossible to recover. Wired, the tech magazine, they did a whole expose on these pig butchering rings operating out of Dubai. Turns out, Dubai's lax financial regulations and its strategic location make it a prime spot for these criminal organizations. Look, I know this whole thing might sound a little doom and gloom, but I promise you, Dubai is an amazing city with so much to offer. I don't want to scare you away from experiencing it, but I do want you to be aware of the risks. Knowledge is power, right? By knowing how these scams operate, you're already one step ahead of the game. So, be vigilant, trust your gut, and don't be afraid to say no if something feels off. Dubai should be about creating unforgettable memories, not getting scammed. So stay safe, stay smart, and enjoy your trip. Oh, and before I forget, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let's spread the word and protect each other from these scams. And if you have any personal stories about scams in Dubai, share them in the comments below. Your experience could help someone else avoid a costly mistake. Until next time, peace out.